Hey everyone, welcome back to GreyWolf Towers again. My name's Brian. This video is going to be an unboxing of the Switch 2. Now this is going to be just the console, not the bundle package. So the bundle will be slightly different. It'll be larger probably with the game included. This one is just the console. It should include the tablet, the Joy-Cons, the Switch dock for the Switch 2, and then the power charger is what it should have. The bundle includes a game, but otherwise there shouldn't be much of a difference between that and maybe a larger package. So today is June 6th. It arrived yesterday, June 5th. My order was through Walmart. There was Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, Target, pretty much it. I may be missing like one other retailer, but Amazon didn't have it, and I think Newegg did, but that was about it. So this is going to be an unboxing of the standard Switch console. I did not personally want the Mario Kart game, so I didn't get the bundle. So it may be slightly different if you're wanting the bundle. The current price at the time that I purchased it was $450, $449.99 or whatever for the standard, and then it was $500, give or take a couple of pennies, for the bundle. There was a bunch of pre-orders apparently that got canceled. The main issue was that if you basically did anything regarding customer service through Walmart regarding the purchase, they canceled your order. I don't know why, other than some rumors had said that they oversold. But that aside, there were also some rumors of GameStop models that they were selling, somebody stapled through the box or something like that, and it damaged the screens. So I don't know how true either of those rumors are. I ordered mine April 25th, the day of them going live on Walmart, as far as I'm aware, for the pre-order. Mine just sat in limbo for, I don't know, a month and a half. It was like 5 or 6 days ago, around the 1st, that it went and said, hey, we're now getting you ready. Go ahead and make sure your address is correct and that your payment option has the money on it. I went ahead and made sure everything was correct. It was correct, so I didn't have anything to worry about. And then it went silent again until the 3rd or 4th, and then it charged my card again for the thing. Because the first time when you placed it, it was just a hold on the money, and then that disappeared after a couple days. So they went ahead and charged. Then yesterday it switched to delivered, because at 6:20 in the morning it was delivered. I will tell you, Walmart did right by me. I'm by no means a large enough channel at the time of this video, at least. I'm assuming ever, that the company did not know who I am, other than that I'm a Walmart member, and they went and they had this wrapped in one of the shipping envelope, plastic envelope things, inside of one of those cheap, crappy Walmart reusable shopping bags. But the cool thing was that in the bag, with this wrapped up in its shipping package, was a 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola and a full-sized can of Pringles original chips. Now, that's not something that I'd normally order or anything, because I've had the gastric sleeve surgery. I don't drink soda, and I don't usually buy Pringle chips, because most of us in the family, we just buy a bag of Lay's or Doritos or something like that. But they include that free of charge for me for having the Switch. So I was very pleased. It arrived. It looks like it's in good shape. The box is not damaged. Now, we do have no seal for the box, and you all know how I like to have things sealed. There's some little dings from shipping and stuff, but nothing that indicates that there should be any damage or any problems. The little tab here is firm, so I'm hoping that everything is in place and correct. But I just wanted to share my experience with you. Let's go ahead and open the Switch 2 and take a look and see what we get. and power it on for the first time. Now I have not opened this, not looked at it. I wanted this to be done on camera. I'm looking forward to it. The main cool thing is that this comes with a lot more storage than the Switch 1 and Switch 1 OLED. The Joy-Cons are going to be different, and it's supposed to be able to play both Switch 1 cartridge games and Switch 2 games, using the same slot from my understanding. And the dock is probably going to be different, but let's take a look and see what it actually looks like. Here we go. Okay, whoop. Before we actually do anything, there is something written here. So, plug it in, AC adapter and power outlet configurations, set it up. When attached to the Nintendo Switch 2 console, the Joy-Con 2 controller batteries will also charge. To detach a Joy-Con 2 controller, press the release button on the back of the controller and pull outward gently. Press the power button to set the Nintendo Switch 2 system to sleep mode or to wake it up. It does not say anything about actually shutting down, which means that it potentially could have that it's just always in power off mode, but like power saving mode, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be like the original where you press and it turns on, press and it goes to sleep, or if it's on and you press and hold, it will give you a menu to either go into sleep or to shut off or to restart. And so those are all in the standard one. Okay, now that's kind of cool. All right, it has a little bit of box dust, which is normal for a package. You have the console tablet. Okay, so we're gonna pull that out. It looks, ooh, that's kind of cool. It looks very similar to the original. It is larger like the OLED model is, but I believe if I remember correctly, this is 8 or over 8 inches or just barely under 8, so it's bigger than the OLED model. You have the blue Joy-Con. I like that. It's more of a pastel than anything. And you've got the red, but it's more of a pinkish orange. I'm gonna say more like a peach almost. So that's kind of cool. I like the mix. It's cool. Normally I would not go with a color like this for myself, but it is kind of cool and it looks like it would look nice plain. Now there is some stuff in here. I'm trying to get to it without ripping the package open. There we go. So you've got your directions. You've got your HDMI cable. Your Joy-Con 2 straps so that you don't go flinging them across the room. Now, I'm going to leave all of this in the original packaging because I don't actually need it for anything. The HDMI cord I might steal later for my daughter. I'm building her a desktop. She asked me for some help with that, so I'm going to be doing that. Now, it does also have the little, and it's color-coded for the controller pieces, so you can plug your Joy-Cons into here and then have a controller. Now, with my original Switch 1 and my Switch 1 OLED, I don't know if anyone else had this issue, but when I would plug the Joy-Cons into this, it wouldn't run as a single-use controller. It would still do the split controllers, like you were doing two-player modes. So I don't know if I'll actually end up using this one or not, but if it works correctly, I'll probably just use that instead of getting a Pro controller, because I don't really use it in docked mode very often, and I don't often want an actual controller with it. I usually just want other stuff. I will be interested to know if they have any additional Sega Genesis games, because there are like 3 games that I would like to play, and this would be perfect for that. Okay, so the charger cable is actually a USB-C to C cable, and then a brick separate that uses a C connection. So it's actually more like a phone charger than anything else. That's kind of cool. I kind of liked the old Switch adapter more, but, and then we have the dock. It looks kind of like the Switch 1 met Meet the Robinsons cartoon robot stuff. So it's like they're trying to be sci-fi, futuristic, but like cartoonish, which is kind of a Nintendo thing, so it makes sense. Alright, and we've got the dock. It's got the USB-C for the charge. It's got the HDMI, and it went back to the Ethernet, which was not included in some of the newer docks with the Switch 1. The original Switch had the same things, but there was an upgrade to it, or an update to it, where the dock itself was changed and did not. 2 USB-A's, so you can plug other things into this, so that's kind of cool. And rubber feet is nice. It looks like they've got a little QR code on this, probably so that you can like reorder it or see some information about it. But Nintendo emblazoned here, the Switch icon, and then the number 2 because it's the Switch 2, Nintendo Switch. And then there's a light down here with a monitor emblem, so I'm assuming that it's just to let you know that it's connected to a screen. That way you know that it's actually connected. But that's kind of cool. I like this. Again, I don't play it in docked mode very often, so I probably won't use this very much, but I might if I get into streaming. Which, with the price of GPUs, I may actually get into streaming finally. So that is what is in here, in the box. When it's packed up and everything, you do see the serial number on the outside of the box through the little hole, which I am not going to show on video. The package is really well done. It's really nice. It looks almost identical to the Switch 1, except it's got Switch 2 on it. It is actually a really nice combination. I'm really glad that I bought it. I'm really glad that I get to show it to you out. To you all. And I'm gonna enjoy playing it. I will definitely do a video letting you all know how I like it or enjoy it and stuff like that. But let's do one more thing. Well, let's do 2 more things before we say goodbye. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna charge this in a little bit. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it together and turn it on and show you it loaded up for the first time. So let's see here. Alright, so the screen is actually really nice. I have not received my screen protectors yet, so that's going to be later on today, I believe. Ooh. Alright, so you've got the ports on either side for the Joy-Cons like the other one. You've got the kickstand, which has a variety of positions. It does still have, instead of on the left side, it's on the right side for the memory card, which, just so that you are aware, from what I understand, you cannot use the old style cards. You have to use the new Express cards, which kind of sucks. I don't plan on needing an SD card for it because 256 gigabytes is way more than I need. I mean, I've got, what is it, 64 from the OLED 2, and the Switch 1 OLED model has 64 gigs if I remember correctly, and the internal memory on that has been enough for me for my Switch 1 games. There are going to be new games that I want on the Switch 2, of course, but I don't play very many games to begin with, and so the 256 will more than likely be plenty for me. So we have, there's the power button here, the rocker / buttons for power for volume. You've got one cartridge slot. It's a little bit different than the previous one. The previous one flipped open. This one pulls up and then kind of flexes, and it kind of has a little bit of a metal piece to hold the cartridge as it goes in, so that it's definitely different. I don't know how it's going to play out. You've got a headphones jack for headset. It just shows a headset, so I'm guessing that it does both voice and audio, voice audio and sound audio through the headset there. You've got a USB Type-C and vents. Down where the memory card and kickstand are, you've got the memory card over here, and then in the center you've got a USB-C, which will connect to the dock, and then the two dock brackets so that it sits and doesn't like fall out. But it looks really nice. It's a little bit heavier than a Switch, I believe, but not by much. It's really thin weight. Feels nice in the hands. I like that. So the right side is going to be the I'm going to say peach, but for technical Nintendo jargon, I'm going to say red controller, and the blue goes on the left. So let's click it into place and see how it goes. That was it. That was pretty smooth. And the release is this button here, and again, smooth. Now, versus the first one where it slid in, the second one has the buttons and stuff over here like before, but when you release it, you probably can't see it on video because of the distance, but there's a little piece here that when you press in, it pushes out, and that's what disconnects it. But listen and watch. That's literally it. So you just line it up, get it into the area, and then it connects itself. That is awesome. Now, I don't know how true it is, but when you look at the Joy-Cons, let's see if it's on both or just the one. Yeah, it's on both. So you have the SL and SR buttons so that when you're like playing, you've got the left and right. You've got the little lights here for which player it's on. You've got the regular buttons for the X, Y, B, A, plus, minus on this one, the up, down, left, right, the Joy-Con joysticks. You've got the home button here. You've got the other buttons that honestly I don't think I've ever actually used. But on top of that, you've got the bumper buttons for when you're in actual play mode for it. But you've also got the connector for it to connect to the unit itself. You've got the connect button to like do the Bluetooth connection. But on this side, you've got looks like a laser reader from like a mouse, so that you can use it like this as a mouse. Now, I don't know how that works. I haven't used it yet. I'll do that with the update video if I've used it. But I'm wondering if it has the ability to connect to a computer as well, because if it does, then that just makes it even more useful to people. You know, connect to your laptop or desktop and use this as a mouse would be awesome. But other than that, that looks like that's everything that I can think of off the top of my head to show you all, except it powered on. So, we're now going to power it on. Let's hit the button for the first time ever. It's playing music as it loads up. And now it's in the thing. So it instantly came up. It's got a charge to it. Won't tell me how charged it is, but let's go ahead and do a quick. Okay, so we got to set up the internet, which is good. Still hasn't shown me anything as far as power level, but so the cool thing is that when you're using the keypad on the touch screen, the shift is only for one character and then it goes back down, which is what I like when you're doing it in a password. So the screen works, the joypad works. Now it did when I hit one of the keys on there, it shifted automatically, and you heard the clicks, I think. You may not have, but I did. All the way to the side like there was joystick drift. So that was kind of crappy, but I think it was just software. Now we're loaded up. System update will now be downloaded, and we're going to tell it our time zone. So I'm in the Denver time zone. You can use your Switch 2 console in a variety of play styles to suit when, where, and how you'd like to play. Talks about the kickstand, how to place and remove the Joy-Con 2s. Hold the release button, gently pull outwards. Okay, so I guess you... So now it wants me to... Okay. Later on, the connected TV. We don't need to worry about that. Preferred style of play. And it's rebooting because it did its thing. There we go. Update complete. Begin system transfer. Don't transfer data. So I'm going to have to take this and go and do my system transfer, but that's it. That is the Switch 2 in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and end this video now as it's complete on the unboxing, and I've shown you it booted up and getting loaded up for the first time. And I will do an update video sharing how it works as far as transfer and everything, but overall pretty cool. I'm happy, I'm pleased. It's very snappy and responsive, so hopefully it keeps that way. And hopefully the games play great. I mostly just play like 2 or 3 games like I said on it. I don't really play much. It's mostly for trips and things. But it's a great item. I'm loving it. It looks great. The only real complaint that I would have is that the pastel blue is awesome. The pastel red looks more like a pink, and I'm not a huge fan of that peachish pinkish red. So otherwise, it's perfect. I love it. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope that you all get yours, and I hope that the price does not skyrocket like they're saying. But I'm going to be honest, fully expect to see the price jump on restocks, that once it's out of stock, which it probably already is, that you'll probably see it jump 50 to 100 bucks on each the standard and the bundle packages. So expect to pay more than the initial release MSRP on it, but for the $450, I think I'm going to be happy. So anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope that this video helps you to decide if this is the right item for you or not. I'm not much of a console person, but I do like the Switch, and the Switch 2 looks like it's going to be awesome. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button over here on this side here, and that way you can keep up to date on our new videos, and hopefully I will have an update video of this in the next month or 2 or 3. I haven't decided how far out I want that yet because I want to have some time to toy with it. And if you have any questions about myself, the product, or the channel, make sure you leave those down below in the comment section. And I hope that you have a great day. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now.